Here's your booklet version of Hashkafa in Chinuch, how to understand that Lashon Kodesh, biblical Hebrew, and Chazal, our sages, define reality, and therefore they define what is real education. So this booklet goes with the series in the DVDs that you can also get from this website. But this booklet covers everything to do with the language of education. So, for example, Vishinantam levanecha, which we unfortunately innocently translate as teach to your children, doesn't actually mean that, but here we actually go into what does it mean. We look at the word mechanech, which we usually translate as teacher or educator. We look at the word rebbe, which we usually translate as teacher. We look at the word melamed, which we usually translate as teacher. We look at the word mora, which we usually translate as teacher. And obviously the question begs, well, how could Lashon Kodesh, biblical Hebrew, a language Hashem created, come up with 4 different words, and we have the audacity to translate them exactly the same, teacher, 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 teacher? Something's amiss. So we actually go into what do the words mean according to Lashon Kodesh, according to Chazal, and open up the mind of the teacher to recognize I am a Rebbe, a Mora, a Melamed, a Mechanech, and the word teacher is not even accurate to any of them. So I'm only going to give you one example now. Melamed is from Lashon Moilid. Moilid is causing the birth of someone. So a Melamed, says the Mitzudas in Perek Chaf Gimel, Pasuk Chaf Daled, and Chaf Hey, in Mishlei, the book of Proverbs, Mitzudas David tells us that a Melamed is someone who's Moilid Hachma Belev HaTalmid. He's causing the birth of wisdom in the mind of the student. So you see, this is taking a whole different angle to how education is really meant to be. I'm here to facilitate your learning. I'm not here to teach you nearly as much as help you give birth to yourself, to your own mind, your own divine intelligence, your own innate ability to figure out what the problem is and what a solution would be. What's the question and what's the answer? So this booklet really covers a lot of definitions, which is really the Hashkafa in Chinuch, including the word Vishinantam, including the word Mechanech, Melamed, Rebbe, Mora. We also go into Hanach Lenar, Al Pidarka. We cover that pasuk with a certain amount of analysis as well. What does Na'ar mean? It doesn't mean young lad. Well, that's a very innocent translation. I'm not going to tell you which religion it comes from. Na'ar, our sages tell us, is a Mesharet Legadol. It's someone who is apprenticing to someone who's already independent, a master in what they're already doing. So Yeshua is 46 years old and is called a Na'ar because it's a Mesharet to a Gadol who is Moshe Rabbeinu. Oh, Eliezer is a Na'ar, and so is Yishmael, who's 51 years old. Eliezer is 76, and they are the Shnei HaNa'arim at the Akedah, where Yitzhak is 37. He's also called a Na'ar. So you see, Na'ar is not an age. It can't be a specific age. It's a full range, but it has to do less with age than it has to do with maturity. Where are you in the ladder of climbing to independence? So we explain that in detail in order to understand that when we look at the mission statement of Hanach Lenar Al Pi Darkai, Shlomo Melech wanted us to understand that every child has a derech, and every child is in their process of learning, becoming an adult. They're a na'ar, they're immature in a certain area or areas, and we, the teachers, are there to help them close those gaps. It's not about delivering information. Mura, will this be on the test? And then check off their grade. You're not a grade. You're not a report card. You're not a score. There's a mitzvah, and I'll close on this, of lo tasig gvul re'echa, which we translate to mean do not trespass the boundary of your neighbor, which means don't push your fence into your neighbor's land and now add on to the square footage or acreage of your own property. That's a form of stealing. But there's a deeper meaning, lo tasig gvul re'echa. You will never be masig, you'll never reach the gvul, the limit of your friend, of your child. Don't set a cap to a kid. That's what this booklet is all about. Help teachers, parents, understand how to reach children al pi darkai, according to his, her way. Enjoy.